Hello everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Jimmy King, and today I'd like to talk to you about autism. The reason I want to talk to you about this is that people with autism see the world from a very different perspective, and I want you to know this. Most people that have this disability are awkward and shy around others, and believe it or not, there are some people with this disability that can't even talk at all and have to use sign language, pictures, and electronic devices to communicate. And this can be very aggravating for them and may cause them to have meltdowns. The reason I am talking to you about this is so you can better understand autism and better understand those who have the disability. Before I was diagnosed with autism, I always felt different from other people. I couldn't understand myself, and no one could explain it to me at that time. In elementary school, I was frequently picked on by others because I was shy and I acted differently. I would always run to a part of the playground where no one would find me, and when recess was over, I'd just wipe off my tears, walk back inside with the others as if nothing had happened. I regret not saying anything to anyone because I see that it doesn't make you weak to ask for help or let someone know that you have a problem with other people hurting you. After I was diagnosed at age 10, I still can make sense of what autism was or how this would impact my life. Thankfully, my mom was able to go to work with the Ionia County ISD and working with autistic children so that we could both understand this better. And she continues to encourage me to this day. My dad has never let me feel bad about myself. He encouraged me to be more outgoing, more social, and more active. I love them both for that. I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for them. And all the other people who have supported me throughout my life, both at school and at home. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now I better understand myself and the world around me. I have learned to communicate better, listen more, and be more social, and I have really come out of my shell. I didn't like being pushed, but my parents saw it as necessary. And every time I wanted to stop trying to overcome my social inabilities, my parents pushed me a bit more until I learned to enjoy the experience of a socially active life. It just goes to show that sometimes a person just needs a good push to overcome their fears and inabilities. I may not be a parent, but I think that's a good lesson, don't you? And when middle school began, I still had not overcome most of my social problems. It was a work in progress. I was still a bit awkward and shy around others, and I concentrated only on my schoolwork. By the time I was on honor roll, I had started to communicate a bit more and made some acquaintances, but no real friends. By this point, I did feel a little more confident in myself and my abilities to conquer my social problems head first. By the time I was finished with middle school, I was still unsure of what laid ahead of me in high school. When I entered high school, I had mixed feelings about what to expect from this new experience in my life. It was during this time that my parents pushed me and encouraged me to make more of an effort to be more outgoing and social, and to participate in extracurricular activities. My freshman year, I was only concentrating on my studies and getting suitable grades. By the time that year ended, I began to grow tired of being shy and unsocial. So I promised myself to make a change the next school year. By October of that year, I had a social breakthrough. I nominated my high school for School of the Week on Fox 17, and my school won. I was a bit camera shy, but I gave it my best, and after it was over, I felt like something had changed inside of me for the better. In my junior year, I joined the Quiz Bowl team and had excelled beyond my wildest dreams. I made new friends. I was able to show off my knowledge of subjects that I love and became more social than ever. In April of that year, I spoke with my parents about wanting to go to New Orleans to help with hurricane relief. They were scared for me, but they let me go because they knew how much I wanted to help those in need. Sure, I may have had a pull fall on my foot, my camera stolen, and a bee sting me, but other than that, I really enjoyed helping people down there. Because of this, I won the Citizen of the Month Award for April 2009. I felt so proud of what I had done that I wanted to do more in my life, so I was more motivated to experience life. When my last year of high school came, I had more friends than I could count, and I couldn't stop talking, not even for 1 minute. I was still optimistic that good things were going to happen for me, and that year I was nominated to be the homecoming king for my senior class. I was so happy and excited that this was happening, and even though I lost, I was still just happy to have been nominated. It was a sign that I had come a long, long way in my life. I realized I can meet any challenge in my life. Finally, graduation came, and I asked my classmates, and I asked my principal to recite a poem that I had written to my senior class. When she finished, there was wild applause and cheer. I wanted to cry, but I didn't. In late summer of 2011, I enrolled in Lansing Community College for paralegal studies. In October, I got a job working for Brian Kelly, our esteemed Lieutenant Governor. I could not have been happier. After a few months, my schooling was becoming more and more difficult, and my internship was coming to an end. After my internship expired in May and school ended, I went back home and started looking for work. Finding a job was very difficult. I applied for jobs daily, and it could be very frustrating, as many of you already know. I also began to write a book about my experiences with autism. I acquired a job in September as a salesperson. My autism still has a big impact on my life, and I still struggle with this every day, as you can see right now. But that does not keep me from chasing my dreams of becoming a politician someday. That is why I would like to mention that I am running for the City Council here in Ionia in the 3rd Ward. I know there will be many struggles ahead for me, but that will not stop me, not one bit. I am also currently working with the publisher on my book that I wrote about my experiences with autism. I hope to have it rolling really soon. Finally, I would like to leave you with a quote from Ronald Reagan. We have every right to dream heroic dreams. Thank you all very much for listening. I hope I can be a good role model for people with autism out there. Thank you very much.